I was getting frustrated because I was having trouble making this a quick 5-minute video. So, we've got Wonder Woman back again, and let's see if it helps. So, in the last whatever months, maybe the last year, on the Humanimal channel, there's been a little series that keeps cropping up called Just Saying. So that's done, over it. Moving on. This year it's going to be PSA. It's going to be public service announcements. And these are going to be just like Just Sayings, which could be anywhere from 5 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. Just something to put it out there. Just Saying was more like, oh, but this is kind of the same, but it might be a little bit more political, etc. It might just be a little bit more apocalyptic. Is that the right word? But it's not going into any detail. It's just something that if you're interested, you can go look it up. And it's a little bit of insight into how I think, if you're interested. And the first PSA is going to be about a situation around a movie called Born Rich. And this movie was made by an uber rich heir. His name's Jamie Johnson. He's an heir to the Johnson&Johnson fortune. Indeed, he's never had to work, nor has his father, James Loring Johnson. And this isn't about the movie itself because I've never watched it. It's about a little doco that was made after the movie came out about the furor it caused, about the situation around Jamie and his friends. In the movie Born Wild, he shows the lives of these very privileged people, these children that are born into dynasties, into a lot of money. So, there's Paris Hilton and others. One person pulled out before the film was released, and I think he sued Jamie Johnson. And the others were quite surprised and gobsmacked by what was presented. It's an eye-opener, I imagine. Anywho, what I want to discuss is difficult to explain. James Loring Johnson has never worked a day in his life either. He's this Jamie Johnson's father. But James Loring Johnson's an artist. He's dedicated his whole life to becoming an artist. And Jamie is shown talking to James, talking about vocation, etc. And James Loring is saying, well, you'll get an education, then you might want to go and get another degree, and then, well, don't work, son. You don't have to. Don't feel bad, But what he suggests is become a collector. Collect maps, for example. And, Jamie openly later poo-poos this. Oh, he's so out of touch. And, why would he think such a silly thing? This is so meaningless. It's a big fuck you to you. This is what this is. Jamie is trying to say, look, my dad's an artist, he's brilliant in his own right, but to, suggest that I do something as ridiculous and meaningless as create a collection of maps from all around the world. This is evil in the extreme. Okay, this is They are fucking with you. Okay, these people are fucking with you. Can you wake the fuck up? George Orwell. Okay, he who controls the past controls the present. Now imagine a world where everything that you think you know has been taught to you. I mean, we have a world like that now, don't we, where education in institutions is a curriculum brought to you by whom? Wow. Don't think for a minute that the best education one can have in life is from an institution, okay? You're just learning to regurgitate when you're young, and then you're learning to subjugate nearly when you're older. So this is dark. This is how Humanimal sees this, right? It's not an airy-fairy throwaway suggestion by James Loring Johnson to his son Jamie. It's dark. It's portentous of what your future is because of what certain people are doing, because of their wealth and power, what they can do now. If in the future they feel like they can tell you that the world is flat and has always been flat, and you can't, and maybe you don't have any observational skills anymore because maybe you're never allowed outside, you never see the night sky, whatever. You can't live on instinct anymore and observation. Well, maybe you will grow up knowing the world is flat. Right? Got it? Right? This is, they're having the joke on you. And the son, Jamie, when he is pretending to look down on his silly old daddy, see what it does. I'm going to be of a different ilk. I'm a different generation. I mean, Jamie knows, the joke's on you. Jamie knows how serious his father was. He's even saying it out loud. Remember, people tell you what they're going to do to you. They tell you what evil they're going to bring upon you, right? It's always there. It's hiding in plain sight. I just want you to remember that. So if you want to look into this yourself, tell me what you think about it. And this specific thing, you can look at Born Wild. You can look up Jamie Johnson. You can look up the conversation he has with his father, the artist, who's never worked a day in his life. I mean, look, becoming an artist, becoming skilled and being able to communicate in that way through art, I mean, that is working. It's just that he's never had to support himself. This is terrible. I probably upload it anyway, so I need a better name. PSA, public service announcement. It's not so great, but if you've got a suggestion for that, we've had just saying, what about unveiling?